Hi, you guys. It's Gwyn. I'm here to do a beautiful reading for July 20th. Um, I've got an old deck out for a new type of reading. I don't use this deck very often, and I don't know why. And I was like, okay. I've very much been into Abraham Hicks lately, and I have Abraham Hicks deck here called Getting Into the Vortex. So we're going to talk about law of attraction today, and we're going to talk about energy and our thoughts and all of that goody stuff. Okay, taking it back to the basics is what I like to say. And so, welcome. Thank you for joining me. In tuning into the reading, I was outside and saw a beautiful monarch butterfly. So this is definitely going to be a reading about transformation. But there was more in the message than just, seeing a butterfly. I love to take pictures of butterflies, dragonflies, crows, etc. And I had my phone with me while I saw this butterfly come into view that was eating on these little lantana flowers, blossoms. And so I grabbed my phone, and then my mind immediately said, oh, by the time I get down there, and then I stopped myself in the middle of the thought, and then I just moved, and I just went down the stairs and got my phone all ready, to press record because I wanted to film this beautiful butterfly and take some pictures while I was doing it, and so I got down to the end of the stairs and sure as shit, that butterfly was still there. Now I think had I finished that motherfucking thought, by the time, every time I'll say this, or sometimes I'll say this, every time I get my phone out, they fly away. Well, you can build a relationship with nature and with creatures and all the animals and whatnot. You can invite them into your world, into your experience. They would love it. And so I filmed a little butterfly and had a magical experience because, of course, it wanted to come into my energy field and flit around. And I was giggling and laughing and felt like a child. And then I finished recording and, share it online on Facebook. But looked at my video length and it was 1 minute and 11 seconds. Okay? So our thoughts hold us back so much when we just need, I feel like now, like there's like this skill kind of like inside of me, and where ego is having less and less weight, and the thoughts are better and better and better. I feel like the good feeling thoughts come easier than the bad feeling ones, or the ones of lack or resistance, and then I can easily just quiet them by not even completing the thought or pivoting. And yeah, that's what I did. I pivoted right there in that moment. Spirit's proud of me. Hold on. Our thoughts are very powerful. Okay? And so are our words. Okay? And it's a time. We have a full moon coming up on the 23rd, 24th, one of those days. And full moons are about releasing. Okay? Releasing. It's time to boldly, bravely, be authentically you, all those kinds of things. Live your truth. I keep saying that. And release your fears and release your worries. Give it all over to source, and start working on you, on self. Because we all know it stems from self, the love that we have in our life, the goodness, everything. What are your thoughts consistently of? Okay? Like, are you recognizing that I'm not thinking such great things? Okay, well then it's a time to pivot, right? Okay, so let's go to I got a little few tarot cards out to give us some guidance, like future advice, along with these beautiful energy cards. We'll just call them. Purple energy coming out first. Card 10, ending, new beginning. The essence of my every desire can be fulfilled. Purple energy talking about activation within the third eye and the crown chakra. Okay, realizing that you are co-creating with spirit. All right. And look at this. It's just like a beautiful, to me, it seems like love and astral plane. Like these two images, it looks very much like a masculine and feminine. Okay. And flowing in a higher divine kind of love, like it's beautiful. On each one of these cards, there's Abraham has something to say. Sometimes it's worded in the way that she rants on, sometimes in her language. So, okay, I'm going to read this to you. If your time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within you, it is our absolute promise to you that your time-space reality has the ability to deliver it in full manifested form, the reality of the desire it has inspired. The essence of any and all desires can be fulfilled unless you are holding yourself out of alignment with your own desire. The feeling of competition or shortage or limitation or of resources means you are out of alignment with your own desire. Okay? Everything that you can imagine, you can have. If you don't have what it is that you want, then you are out of alignment. That's what this card says. Pretty short, simple, to the point. Okay? That's why it's very important to be in the, even if you can't say without resistance, I know this is coming to me, okay? Even if you could okay, because you have to believe it with every part of you, okay? That you already created it, okay? And now you're just allowing, okay? If you can't know it, like I know miracles happen. Well, how about I believe? Because even that is a step in the right direction. If you don't believe, then maybe, I used to say, don't use the word hope, but at least hope is a hope. It's not despair. You know what I'm saying? So go with what feels good to you. You got to actually believe it. You got to believe it when you say these I ams about yourself. You got to believe in your own power. You got to know it. You got to know you're doing it. You got to know your energy. You got to know what vibration you're set at, what station you're tuned into. Okay? You got to know. You got to make those manifestations in your imagination so real. You can taste it. You can smell it. All of your fucking senses. And if you can do that, if you can put yourself in that place where it is so fucking real in your imagination, it is our guarantee. I feel like I'm talking like Abraham, that it will come in divine timing. You need to let go of the reins a little bit. Inspired action is always pleasurable action is the next card out. Card 43, which is a 7. 7s are all about your evolution. Okay? And that's what's happening right now. You can see the spirals. The spirals on a card in a tarot deck, an oracle deck, speak to cycles, patterns in our life. Okay? And we're taking a step back and we're taking a look at those. Okay? When we go through healing, when we go through the spiritual path and we evolve. Okay, as a consciousness, all right? So, the dominance of your thoughts is what brings everything to you and is what is behind, and is what is behind the action that you offer. By seeking good feeling thoughts that align you with your source, your action will then always feel good. You cannot muster enough action to compensate for misaligned thought. But action that is inspired from aligned thought is always pleasurable action. So, are you doing things that just don't make you feel good? Then don't do them. Inspired action is you always feel good in your temple doing it. Okay? And doesn't this picture here very much look like a scale? Like there's some balancing that's happening here. Okay? Like she looks like the scale. The scales that I was talking about in the beginning. Feeling negative emotions means I'm launching request. Card 52, which is another 7. Here we go. We're going to evolve our thoughts. Okay? We're evolving again. This is more purple energy. Okay? As more people observe hardship and strike a tense, resistant pose, and therefore disallow their own well-being, others use them as their reason to do the same. And in a very short time, a very negative pattern of resistance can sweep through your population. The good news is in this scenario is that in every moment that every person is feeling negative emotion about the economic state, vibrational requests for more abundance are launched, and those requests are heard clearly and responded to immediately by Source. You see how we were all connected? You know? That's why this is light workers right now. We all know, light bearers. I'm going to say I'm not a light worker anymore. I'm a bearer. We know we got to ground the light. We got to know. We got to know. We know right now we got to speak. We got to get people to talking. We got to get people together. We got to build these connections. We got to ground the love. We got to connect with nature. You know, because there is this pattern in this society. You know, where it's like, think about this. The bad feeling thoughts, you know, and how it spreads so fast. Like, say you have a bad experience at a restaurant. If you have a bad experience at a restaurant, you're going to tell everybody about it. This usually happens. You know, if somebody brings up that restaurant, you're going to tell all the shit, whatever happened there, instead of maybe the good time that you had there. And that's just like, I don't know, the negativity sometimes spreads like fucking fires, you know, and it's up to us to say, hey, no, this is the station that I'm set to, okay? But then again, all those negative thoughts just create more abundance to be available in the universe. There's more abundance. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Living on this earth plane and understanding consciousness has taken me a long, long time. And even now, I'm still learning. Like, we're always students. Because my human brain wants to understand everything. And sometimes you just can't understand it all. You know? There are some things that the mind can't comprehend. All right. Like miracles. Yeah. My manifestations are indicators of my beliefs. Here we go. Now, I'll talk about some duality, and today's the 20th, which is 2. 2 is all about duality, okay? The black and the white here. The angel of black and white. Card 23, it's 5. 5 is about transformation, okay? It is always true that whatever you are living always matches your chronic vibrational pattern or beliefs. And it does not matter if you have excellent excuse for your negative thoughts and negative emotions. They still equal your point of attraction. What is manifesting on every subject in your life is an indicator of your beliefs you hold and your chronic patterns of thought. It's kind of taking a responsibility right now, too. You made choices. And now you're here in this now moment. You kind of have to accept it. You know, kind of accept that bed that is kind of like laying in the bed that you made. Kind of. So, let's refocus. Let's pivot. You don't want to be in lack anymore, right? You don't want to feel lack of love. You don't want the bumpy roller coaster. You don't want all that, right? Then start creating better feeling thoughts. Okay? I'll not ask others to become different for me. Woof! Oof, this is such a fucking powerful one. 59, card 59. If I break that down, that's a 14, which is a 5. 5, double 5. Double 5. This is major importance. This is when the 5s come out multiple. This is, pay attention. This is a big part of your transformation. Okay? Let your vibrational relationship escrow percolate and give your undivided attention so that you become a vibrational match to it. And then when the law of attraction brings all of it together, there are not any bugs to work out. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want to become what you want so that you can have what you want. Instead, use your willpower to focus upon what you want, and then the universe will bring it to you. I'm going to read that last couple sentences right there because that's fucking key. Blessed be. Okay. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want, to become what you want, so that you can have what you want. Instead, use your willpower to focus upon what you want, and then the universe will bring it to you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now look at this baby. Look at this baby here at the end. This is our rebirth. We are brand new babies. We can start again today. Fresh. Okay? Now what does this say? Babies are thinking and attracting before they are speaking. Ooh, I love you, Abraham. Let's talk about this. Okay. Even though you are only months old in your physical body, you are a very old and wise creator focused in that baby's body, and you came with powerful intentions. People often assume that because a child is not yet offering words, the child could not be the creator of its own experience. But it is our promise to you that no one else is creating your experience. Children emanate vibrations, which are the reason for what they attract, even from their time of birth. It's very clear to me that I had a traumatic birth. It was always told over and over again to me how I almost died. I remember the youngest memories of my life being very traumatic. The house we lived in being broken into, my stuff being scattered all over the place, living in fear, my mom and dad violently fighting all of the time, my sisters picking on me to the point of cruelty. You know what I'm saying? I lived a very traumatic as a baby, as before my memories, losing my father at a year old. Like, I was programmed from a very fucking young age. I was like thinking that that life was difficult, that, and maybe I didn't want to come in and incarnate, you know what I'm saying? Because it was going to be. But then, like, I have a fresh perspective on that now. Like, yeah, I lived that for a long time because that's the vibration that, too, was around me. And children are amazing. Just watch a child. Like, I know a lot of people like to people watch. And why are you people watching? That's another reason. That's another thing you can go down deeper into your own truths about. But people watching, I like to watch children play in the park. I love to watch children just play with themselves and their imaginary characters and their toys. And I love how just spontaneous and free they are, and just, yeah, so comfortable and radiate such, I don't know, warmth. It's beautiful. So watch a child for a while. A toddler. See how they take in everything, how they're amazed by the magic of just what we just take for granted every day. Because we're too very busy about mowing our fucking lawn. I see it in the neighborhood I live in. I'm just like, yeah. Okay, so tarot cards. I asked Spirit, I said, future advice going forward, along with these, beautiful cards from Abraham. And the Moon came out, Justice, and the Lovers. Talk about some major change in your life. These are all three major arcana. Lovers speaks to a union, meeting your other half, ultimate happiness and love, speaks to the sign of Gemini. Justice speaks to the sign of Libra. There's that scale again. Okay? This is about, when I said too, like, karma, justice, What you sow, you shall reap. This is a time of, like, the scales being balanced, you know? They want me to read what it says in the book about justice? Okay, you got it. Wow. I guess that's a powerful one. Well, and it's an 11, too. I talked about the ones already in this reading today with my butterflies, the 111. Justice. Justice and love. Let go of your fears. That's the moon. Let go of your illusions. See the lobster there between these two big buildings? So I'm releasing fear. Looks like a big scary lobster, right? Right? There's things that are happening behind the scenes you're unaware of within a relationship. And it's time for justice and love. All right, justice. What else you got to say, Mama? Funny how I called it Mama. Interesting. Do you expect life to be fair? Life isn't fair, and the justice card isn't about fairness, but by which we usually mean equality. We can't say that from even before birth any two people have exactly equal amounts of anything, let alone everything. Martin Luther King Jr. said that the moral arc of the universe is long and bends towards justice. This card is about true justice, about doing what is right, about restoring balance, and about taking responsibility for our actions. Depending on your behavior, this card may be welcome or feared. It may feel like you can't see justice at work because sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes you don't know the whole story. The bottom line of this card, that whatever bed you've made, it's time to sleep in it. Ooh! Well now! Advice from this card, and it just couldn't have been any more three perfect cards, like the moon, the illusion, and all that, the fears. First, make sure you aren't fretting about fairness, about everyone having equal shares. That's not realistic or mature. If you are certain your actions have been in alignment with your own higher values, stand your ground and trust that justice will prevail eventually. When it does, be as gracious about it as possible. If you know that you haven't behaved according to your ideals, then don't try to argue or defend yourself. The scales say it is time to acknowledge the mistake and accept the consequences. The sword and the wand remind you to learn from the experience and resolve to live more impeccably in the future. Okay. It could also mean like a lawsuit, a divorce proceeding, especially with the lovers here, and everything going in your favor. Justice. That's what I got. What's the underlying energy from the Wizard's Companion Tarot? 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is, I'm leaving this old situation behind. That's what that's 8 of Cups is about. Let go. Release your fear. The Wheel of Fortune. As soon as you let go or leave or whatever this is that you're leaving behind, then the wheel turns. That. Love you guys. Take care of you. Do all the things like share, comment, subscribe, share where you can in your groups. I will be most grateful. I just want to get these messages out and donate when you can. Very, very grateful for that. And if you need a personal private reading, reach out to me. I am booking those. Much love to you.